Hello, this is Pastor Deborah, and I want to introduce you to a brand new podcast show called Silent Cries, Voices Out of the Darkness. This new podcast show is going to be about true stories of Pastor Deborah, me, reaching out and down into great spiritual darkness to set spiritual captives free. You may not believe all the stories, but they are true, and Pastor Deborah, me, lived them and still has many of the same kind of stories going on today. I want to give you a disclaimer right here at the beginning. Warning. These stories may be very troubling, triggering for you. So go slow and stop as needed. As you listen, remember, you will not be alone this time. If feelings and memories arise that are frightening or fearful to you, His agape love and truth and light will come in gently and will shine on the areas of darkness and fear that still control you and have authority and dominion over you, even without your knowledge, awareness, or perception. His agape love, His light, His knowledge will bring light to you, and His light will bring life to your spirit, and His life will bring deliverance, and deliverance will bring His freedom, and His freedom will bring His restoration, and His spiritual restoration brings His healing, and His healing brings wholeness to you, the forever person, you, the spirit. You are not walking this road alone, for He and I are with you every step of the way. Silent cries are true stories and testimonies, poems and letters that express the hearts of those trapped in great spiritual darkness. Learn of a love and its power to set spiritual captives free that can hear their silent cries and reach their hands in the darkness. Now I want you to listen to the words coming from the heart of Agape Love himself. Silent cries, how long I have heard them. The cries of a broken and fractured spiritual hearts and their souls, generations after generations. How long have I seen their hands reaching for help, their spiritual eyes blinded to my light and my truth and my agape love, spiritual hearts and souls living in the fear of death, precious little ones sleeping to escape the horror, the pain, the loneliness, the fear. Silent cries of the least of my spiritual sons, brethren, my spiritual inheritance, my spiritual family, my spiritual children. How long I have heard their tearless, silent cries of pain from abandonment, rejection, and shame. How long have I heard their spiritual hearts and souls breaking, being fractured into many others and into many other things out of the fear of death, out of the torture and pain, escaping the best way they know how, yet not knowing how they escaped or the way, but escaping the best they could. These are Agape Love's own words from his heart as a father and mother to all. May your heart hear his words of love and light, and may you reach out the best you can for them. Pastor Deborah is always here. Reach for my hand, and I will grab yours. Love, Pastor Deborah. These stories that you are hearing and listening to, they are powerful and they are true. And I want to begin with a declaration, so you can hear something that I wrote to the taskmasters and to the king of slavery, the king of darkness, to Satan himself. This is called Satan. Watch and see. God had me write this to Satan himself and speak it out to him in prayer so he could learn what I and God the Most High and Agape Love were going to do. So you listen. Satan, listen well to my words. Watch and see the salvations of the Lord. For he sends this servant, Pastor Deborah, out in his name, authority and power, with no boundaries, no limits. Watch and see, Satan, his hand move upon the hearts in the nations you control. Watch and see. His power move through your kingdom of darkness as his and a mother's love, and freedom is proclaimed to the captives, and children are born again into the kingdom of heaven. Watch and see, Satan, his spiritual hand upon and through me, Pastor Deborah, and Agape Love. Watch and see, Satan, this servant, Pastor Deborah, this minister and disciple of Agape Love itself, become a spiritual mother to the nations, a ruler and king over all that you have ruled for thousands of generations. Watch and see, Satan. Signs and wonders come through a mother's heart, mother's words and hands. Watch and see. His hands, the great King of the kingdom of heaven and of Agape Love, anoint Pastor Deborah as he did his own son, Christ, the living Word. Watch and see, Satan. Agape Love spiritually destroy your spiritual works in the hearts and minds and lives of lost little ones in your kingdom. Satan, watch and see, yet unable to ever touch Pastor Deborah, even if you try. Watch and see, Satan, this spiritual Joshua of the Lord Most High God move against your kingdom. Watch and see, Satan, your plans foiled every time, and your strongholds come down, just as did Jericho of old. Watch and see, Satan, Pastor Deborah's hands on her mother's heart reach down and grab onto the hands of little ones in the great darkness of the kingdom of darkness, and bring joy unspeakable and freedom and agape love to their spiritual hearts and minds in the power and authority of the King of the kingdom of heaven. Watch and see, Satan, as your spiritual kingdom is devastated by his agape love. Watch and see, Satan, the Holy Spirit as he is welcomed into what was your spiritual kingdom. Watch and see the angels of the host of heaven move against you and take back what was always never yours, as your spiritual kingdom is plundered, and what was yours is no more. Watch and see, Satan, spiritual freedom come to all the land, nature, environment, humanity, and his and a mother's love set their thrones on this earth for the kingdom of heaven. Satan, watch and see, supernatural agape love and truth come into the hearts of your slaves, into your kingdom, and you can't stop it. Watch and see, Satan, for boundaries are no more for Pastor Deborah. The normal for God can now be through her life and words. And all spiritual hindrances for Pastor Deborah have been removed. Now watch and see, Satan, his supernatural agape love move on the hearts of your spiritual captives. Watch and see, Satan. So Satan, watch and see, for I'll be seeing you around as I, Pastor Deborah, go into all the world and set captives free and teach and show and demonstrate the agape love of God and reach their hands and their hearts of all in your kingdom with his love as a spiritual mother, a king, a warrior, a general, and dry their silent cries and their tears with the riches and glory of the kingdom of heaven, and love them right into the arms of the King, his Son, and all of the kingdom of heaven, the Lord of all. So Satan, I'll be seeing you around. This is Pastor Deborah. That was what I had to write to him, so he would know I'm on my way. That was years and years ago, and it's still valid, and I do it every now. So people will know. Spirits will know. The angels know. God knows. You cannot stop agape love. It's on its way. And I want to end this introduction right here before I go into some more poems and words that God gave me, so you will know that you have been found. And you can go from slavery to freedom. All right, I hope you enjoy this introduction and that you begin watching these podcast shows. Remember the disclaimer. They'll be very powerful, and if you need to stop, you do that. Okay? And I'll see you on the next episode, which should be episode number 1. This was the introduction. All right, bye-bye.